Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Ohayou gozaimasu. So this is our graduation service for the year. And what I was going to talk about is foolishness. So with that, let me welcome everyone. We have some new visitors and nice to see them, and I'll kind of explain a little bit as we go along, but I'll provide the service order for today. We'll be doing the reading of the Golden Chain, which is on page 15 of the Purple Service Book, and then the Raisanmon, which is the Three Treasures in Japanese, on page 6. Then I'll take my seat upon the altar, and we'll chant the Sambujo, and then the Jusei. So these are very common chants that you will hear often as you come to the service here. Nembutsu and Ekoku will complete the chanting portion of our service, and then I'll come up here for our Dharma message for today. So a little bit of explanation. A few of these are introductory. We read the Golden Chain and becomes familiar, a familiar reciting that everyone has heard probably when they were very young children, and reminds us of a good way to behave in our lives. Okay? And the Sambujo, as I sit here, we chant the Sambujo as kind of a prelude to our main sutra chanting, and it's a short melodic chant inviting the Buddhas Amida, Shakyamuni, and all the Buddhas of the 10 quarters, in a sense inviting the harmony of the universe to include this particular occasion, this particular setting, this particular group of people. And this harmony is always there, surrounding us and sustaining us. It could be anything from the water we drink, the air we breathe, the food we eat, the people we love. They're all here, but we get so busy in our lives we don't always recognize that they are here and a part of our situation. Every day we wake up and we have a list of things to do, to check off one by one, sometimes 5, sometimes 20 things on the list, and we check them off one by one, and hopefully by the end of the day we get them all, most of them checked off, and we go to sleep, right? And the next morning, there's a brand new list of things to do. So although they're all very important, they're all kind of self-centered, self-absorbed things, and we go down this list of things to do, and we don't recognize all these other things surrounding us, sustaining us, that allowing us to live our lives. So the Sambujo is kind of acknowledging all of this reality around us, and also acknowledging that we keep forgetting to recognize that. Okay? And the Dharma message is along those lines as well, so we can reinforce that. Okay? Jusei is a very common chant, and often when you begin, you might not know what the chanting is. Why should I do this? Let me read the English translation and see if I can follow along like that, instead of embarrassing myself in nonsensical syllables if you don't understand, right? But another way to look at it is, as you read these syllables that you don't recognize or understand, you go into this meditative mind, meditative state, okay? You're not into your academic processing of trying to read something, trying to know something, and you're joining. All your voices become one voice. And this is the meditative mind, to do this together. And there's value in that. The different type of recognition, different type of learning. Okay? So it's a connection So I encourage you to not only follow along, but to participate in the chanting. Okay. So with these explanations, we will begin. Please turn to page 15, and we'll recite the golden chain. Golden chain number 1. I am a link in Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Tarai Sanmon on page 6. This is in Japanese. Ninjin ukegatashi imasure ni uku. Uppo kikigatashi imasure ni kiku. Konomi konjo ni mukatte dosezonba. Sarani izure no shou ni mukatte kakonomi o dosen. Daishu moro tomo ni chishin ni sanbo ni kieshi tatemasuru beshi. Mizukara butsu ni kieshi tatematsuru. Masani negawaku wa shujo to tomo ni daido o taige shite ujoi o okosan. Mizukara ho ni kieshi tatematsuru. Masani negawaku wa shujo to tomo ni fukaku kyouzo ni irite chie umi no gotoku naran. Mizukara so ni kieshi tatematsuru. Masani negawaku wa shujo to tomo ni daishu o tori shite issai muge naran. Mujo jin jin mimyo no ho wa 100,000万号にも愛をことかたし、我今検問し従事することを得たり、願わくば如来の真実義を消し立てますらん。南無阿弥陀仏。南無阿弥陀仏。南無阿弥陀仏。ナマンダー、ナマンダー、ナマンダー。三部上中世芸 page 24-25 and page 93.
가곤 조세간 이시무조도 시간 후만속 세이프조쇼가 가오무료호 후이다이세슈 우사이쇼빙그 세이프조쇼가 가시조근도 묘쇼조지포 극교미쇼몬 세이프조쇼가 리욕진쇼네 조에슈몬교 지금의조도 이쇼텐닌시 진리기엔다이고 부쇼무사이도 조조상금요 고사이슈야쿠난 가이히지에겐 배시곤모한 에이소쿠쇼아쿠노 즈란센슈몬 호소조만속 이요로지고 이지간슈주기 텐콘푸겐 이슈카이호소 고세쿠노쿠호 조오다이슈슈 세포시시쿠 구요이사이부츠 그소쿠슈토쿠혼 난내신조만 토쿠이상가요 묘근무게지 스란미부쇼 간가쿠에리 도시사이쇼손 시간약고가 다이세노칸도 고쿠쇼텐닌 도진요게 오조
Namanda, 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 namanda. Namanda, namanda, namanda. Okay, good morning again, everyone. Welcome to our graduation service for 2022. I don't think we have many high school or college graduates at either of our temples today, but it's okay. It's still fitting, right? All our students are graduating from the level they completed and going on to the next level they go to, right? All of us are graduating from what we already did to what we're going to do next, right? And I'm graduating from giving my Dharma talk from last week to my Dharma talk from this week. We all wear our caps and gowns, and we all receive our diplomas. Congratulations. A few years ago, Honganji, our mother temple in Japan, used to send a small publication every month called the Daijo magazine. And it was all in Japanese except for one page. And so when I was visiting in Japan, one of their senseis who works at the International Center was pointing out there's one page that's in English. And so I didn't notice because I didn't bother to look because it's all Japanese. So then after he told me that, I started looking for this one article. It'd be English and then translation in Japanese. And I'd find this one article and looking forward to this each month. You know, even here, they would send the magazine. I'd look for that one page that I could read, and I'd look at it, and it'd be different English Dharma message from different ministers here and there in Japan. And so they weren't like academic presentations or something scholarly, but a Dharma message. So I thought, oh, this is cool. And so I would really look forward to finding these Dharma messages there. Then just a couple of years ago, they stopped including this English page, right? And so disappointing, so I never bothered to look at the magazine anymore again. Then this year, just this year, we have a Jodo Shinshu International Office, we call JSIO, and they sent out a publication, Gleanings on the Pure Land. And this has all those one-page articles from past years, from like 10 years past. I said, wow, that's super. Exactly what I was missing and what I enjoyed reading in their monthly magazine. And they're all in one book. So I thought, wow, this is good. And we can get other copies and bring them in to the temple. But I wanted to share this. I thought, how nice, what a pleasant surprise. And so I thought today we could look at one of these articles together. And it's about foolishness that I mentioned earlier when we started this service, foolishness, and written by Reverend Ko Hirasawa. Okay? It said, so Hirasawa Sensei had written, I have come to realize that I cannot separate myself from my own self-centered ego, and I surely don't possess the heart of truth. Okay, so this is his own self-reflection, and he's coming to this, you know, it's not like now I'm an awakened human being and let me share with you the truths of life, right? He's humble. He says, I don't know. You know, I'm still self-centered. I'm ego-centered. I cannot separate myself from my ego, right? So each of us are made aware of our ego, from our false ego, our inability to get rid of our what we call bondo, blind passions, our self-centered interests. We can't get rid of them. And this is kind of an awareness that we come to, okay? And we try to make ourselves appear to be intelligent, attractive to others, right? We show our best selves and we hide our foolishness behind, right? Some things we don't know, but we don't want others to know that we don't know, right? And so sometimes at the temple or at, as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists, we hear or we're asked, what are we supposed to do? What is our practice? We don't sit and meditate like most Buddhists do. We say this Namo Amida Butsu. I'm not sure how that works, but it feels nice. What is our practice? We don't meditate. We're told of a story that Amida Buddha already completed all the practices needed to awaken us. But then what do we do? That's what Amida Buddha did. What do we do? Just say the Nembutsu, and how does that work? So this is our difficulty. This is kind of our own koan, shin koan, that, how does this work? So Hirasawa Sensei is pointing out that our practice is deep reflection. Okay? Deep reflection. When we come here, when we chant, when we say the Nembutsu, these are times of deep reflection. And we recognize our ego-driven ways, okay? It's not like we get over it finally. We don't get over it. And that's an awareness. That is an awareness, okay? We see our self-centered motives. So, other times I've shared this poem about maple leaves. They fall from the tree, and as they flutter to the ground, they show front, they show back. So naturally, they fall like this. But we are different. We only show our good side, our front, and we hide the back. So we would fall like this, right? We don't want anybody to know the deeper truths, that we have this part of us that we don't know. We are foolish. We have this part of us that we hide. So the haiku poem is a reminder of that, okay? And even when we meet people, right? You see somebody that you haven't seen for a month or two, so, hi, how you doing? Nice to see you today, And then as soon as they're gone, well, I never liked that guy anyway. And we change, right? As soon as they're out of earshot, the truth comes out, but we don't show it to them, right? And so this is how we live our lives, hiding one side, showing one side, right? So Sensei is saying, we are greedy, quick to take offense, we tell lies, we have a dishonest heart. This is us as human beings, okay? And so thinking about his words, I thought, thinking about Amida, thoughts of Amida Buddha is like our own mirror, reflecting our shortcomings, but we're still accepted. This term here, sonomama, come just as you are, just as we are. We're accepted and welcome, and shown how to proceed in life going forward, okay? We don't resolve these difficulties. Despite these difficulties of ego-centeredness, self-motivation, we still continue on. It's not like we have no recourse. From there, we recognize that and we go on. So Sensei is telling us we just carry on, but we do the same thing, right? We complain day after day. How come this had to happen? How come that had to happen? Why did you burn the food again? Things like this. We complain to our spouses, we complain to each other, people we work with, and we revert back to our self-centered ways, right? I always have the example of, meditate quietly, you feel real peaceful, then you get into the car, go to Safeway, somebody cuts you off and your hand flips up automatically, right? And this is how we revert. We even have signs and sayings and t-shirts that say monku, 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 complain, complain, complain. Now even that is the most enjoyable part of our day. Complaining is, right? So we complain first, and then we become grateful, right? And this is more closer to how we are. This is how we act, right? So Sensei is saying, first we see how our ego works, and we recognize that we are foolish beings. And then, through that recognition, we become humble. We find our true selves. We awaken to that. So Sensei concludes that, however, there is one thing you can do. Okay? So if you come to know that you're an ordinary person filled with your own blind passions, and then you acknowledge that, then you'll be able to live your life reciting Namo Amida Butsu with a heart full of gratitude and appreciation. Right? So he says, this is the very reason, that I am full of this self-centeredness. That's why I don't want to miss a Dharma message. I don't want to miss reading a Dharma page in here, because it's, again, the mirror that I need to see. So this path to awaken is provided through Amida Buddha. We recite the Nembutsu, and then we are revealed our own deep limitations, our inability to overcome them. It's not that we finally become good or better. We have these till the moment we die. We have these, okay? But recognizing that, we come to humility, deep humility. To become humble is to become aware. We at once know ourselves, and we know the infinite universe. So this is Sensei's message, and I thought that was really good as I thought about what he was saying, and I think we think of awakening or enlightenment as kind of a goal, right? We'll get to this point, and then we'll recognize the truth, and we'll be a better person, and we'll know something, right? This wisdom will appear in our minds, but it's not that goal. It's kind of more like recognizing this process that we are in. The depth is in becoming, not in getting there. And so I thought maybe a good example is when we come to Thanksgiving dinner, any meal, but Thanksgiving dinner, for example, or New Year's dinner for Japanese families, you come and you see all the spread of food, beautiful, beautiful. Big turkey or sushi or whatever's out on the table just before everyone shows up to eat, right? Perfect setting. And it's that anticipation and then eating together, enjoying the meal. When you're done, it's not good anymore, right? You're just full and you watch football or something. But when you see the table, that anticipation and enjoying this food, this is the process, to come to know the process, not the end result, but the process, to recognize it and to see that there is the value. And the same thing maybe in a flower, right? A flower is beautiful as it emerges, not yet blossom, right? Or just beginning to blossom. There's the beauty, right? When it's fully bloomed, it's dying. Right? So it's not the end product. So the depth is in the becoming, the beauty is in the process. And I think this is something we want to change our perspective from enlightenment or awakening being a goal to enjoying this process. Not quite there, it's okay, but we do this together. We do this together, chanting together, Nembutsu together, sitting together, and doing all these things. This connection is the connection of ourselves and the infinite power. Okay, so this is my message today. Please join me in Gassho. We'll continue this portion. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Okay, so nice to have you here and there. Some of us are watching from home in the comfort of our study or our living room and enjoying such. And so now at the end of service, I'll relight the incense, and we can come up and offer incense here at the temple or at your homes as you have set up to do, whether you're burning incense or offering pebbles or marbles or flower petals, whatever you have, okay? So we would like to thank everyone who has helped us to set up the service today. People are involved in providing and preparing the flowers and the fruits and the rice offerings and all of these things that adorn our altar area, and they're our tech people involved to set up cameras and make sure that the videos are provided to people at home, and later they become uploaded, and even those of you here, if you want to see, you can see the video service in a couple hours, I believe. It takes some time, and you can look at Foolishness Family Service, Buddhist Temple of Alameda website, and you'll be able to find this. Okay. So in the other room, we have the Dharma School that was here for their class before this service started, and they're doing some other activities and enjoying the last class for their Dharma School year. So lots of things are going on here. We appreciate your effort to be a part of this today. Join me in Gasho, and we'll conclude our service. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Glad you came. We used to have like Yeah, I think I